Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Vasquez, and I am the Dragon of the Southern Tier here on No Soundbites Allowed. We do long-form political commentary here. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We have a different situation because I want to ask a very simple question, and in fact, I'm asking a poll about this. Are you safer? Now, let me put this in context so it makes a little more sense. Very specifically, are you, the average American citizen, safer when police and their police departments, the executives, the leadership, resign or walk away from the job? They retire. Now, it doesn't matter. I'm not talking about people who've been fired from the job because they've done something disciplinary action against them. I'm talking about police that have voluntarily retired. They have resigned from their positions. And we see this as a growing movement more and more. Matter of fact, just recently, we see today, just about an hour or so ago, the Rochester Police Department, the entire command staff, just announced that they are retiring. That's troubling, and I'm going to get into why. We see also today, as announced in a tweet, Steve Edgar is covering that the Dallas police, the chief, resigned as of effective November 10th. We've seen that in Portland, this is back in June 8th, the Portland police chief resigned from their position. We see that police chiefs, like in Seattle's police chief, Chief Best, had resigned. And we see that this is happening across the country. In fact, in this article, which is from WFAA, and the important part is I want to quote them. This is from August 11th of this year. And they are speaking with Cedar Hill Police Chief Eli Reyes. And he mentioned something that's very important. And I believe it's here. It was actually Fort Worth Police Officer Association President Manny Ramirez, who mentioned that we see officers walking out the door. We've had more police officers retire this year at this point than we have in the last 30 years. He goes on to say, just last year, we saw a 60% decrease in the number of applications around the nation to become police officers, and we know it's going to be far worse this year. In fact, in my own observations, my understanding is even in the southern tier of New York, 2 hours away from Rochester, we see that 5 years ago, there were 40-ish new recruits for the police department. And this year, last that I had gotten information, there were 4. That is a massive difference. And so we have to ask a question. Now, I know some people, went the wrong way. I know some people think this is a great idea. People like Black Lives Matters. Individuals that are more than happy, and this is video from Rochester. This is the video from Rochester 2 nights ago, where BLM protesters destroyed property, attacked people for the simple thing of being white and eating dinner, and demanded that they make some kind of reparation, apparently, because these individuals who had nothing to do with the death of Daniel Peroud, a PCP addict, they're being punished for it. So I have to ask you something, and I want to be very, very serious and very, very clear about this, okay? We know that there are people out there kind of like, my opponent, and I'm just letting you people know, because I am in an election race, but people like Bob Wessler and others like him, where we see they agree that, this chaos in Rochester, that's what they support. They support defunding the police. But whether it's because of Black Lives Matters, or whether it's because of police resigning, police retiring, the effect is the same thing. There are less police. Now, in cities like New York City and across the country, we see that the fewer police we've had have led to an increase of 166% in the number of shootings and violent crimes that we see. But do you feel safer? Do you think this is okay? Is this a benefit to you? Yes, politicians that agree with defunding the police, they say it's a great thing. And they don't care. Black Lives Matter, Antifa, they're counting the fact that the entire upper management of the Rochester Police Department resigning, they're counting that as a win. Does that mean you're going to be safer? So it's a really simple question. And I just want to know, what do you feel? And so we asked this question on Twitter, which you can see at MV Consult, our Twitter page. And the question is, when police leadership resign, like in Seattle, like in Rochester, without replacement, are communities safer? So far, it's going to be up for it's 3 days in total. We've gotten 14 votes at this moment. I just released it just before making this video. But please, answer the question, share it with others. But it's a very simple question. Do you believe you're going to be safer whether police are being defunded or whether police are resigning? Are you safer? Are they going to be able to help you when someone is breaking down your door, when someone is assaulting your daughter, your wife, yourself, when everything that we would ask police to be there for, when they're not there, whether they have resigned or whether they have retired, does that make you safer? It's a simple question. I look forward to seeing your responses on Twitter and to this video. I hope everyone will be well and, most importantly, be safe, and we'll be back again very soon. Thank you.